this episode of Project Millennial Falcon, we show you how to put a 2.5-inch lift on your Ford Econoline C-Class RV. To do this lift, you'll need coil spring spacers, axle blocks, U-bolts, camber bushings, I-beam bolts, and shocks. All of this for less than $500. You'll find a description to all of these items in the details below. First, you'll need to place the RV on jack stands, take off the wheels, unbolt the sway bar end links, and remove the coil spring retainer.
So we need to replace this strut, and there's a bit of a problem here because the nut we want to loosen is all the way in here. But after struggling for not very long, we decided to reach out to our friends on the internet, and this is what we found. You just gotta pull this back here, and there's a wee little hole right here. What do you think about that?
I think that'll work. Just like that. Should fall right out of there. And that's how that goes.
As you can see, one of these is much longer than the other.
Remove this bolt. It's a 30 millimeter, and Chelsea is holding it up there through the coil. So I'll see how that goes. Look how strong I am.
I know, much strong.
All right, so it's day 2 and about 8 in the morning, so Chelsea's still in bed. We got new bolts for the I-beams. The old bolt is too short. And so we went down to the Fastenal and got, this is a 30 millimeter bolt, or a 30 millimeter head and nut, and it's 260 millimeters long. So hopefully this takes care of it. This is actually a lot stronger than the stock one, and so it should work really well. Okay, so we've got the spacer underneath the coil spring. Our new bolt is in. Takes a second to get the bolt through. I recommend that you jack up the hub until it's all level, the geometry. Otherwise it's kind of cockeyed. So now we just got to cinch this back down, slide it back in, and start reassembling. The next thing we're going to do though is replace this camber caster bushing, because obviously with 2.5 inches of lift, we're going to have camber's going to be a little off. So this goes. Oh, and now I got my good buddy Daryl here helping me. Thanks, buddy. All right, so this goes. All right, so you pull out this 15 mil bolt, this one right here from the top. Pull this bad boy out, and then just I've got this to brace it, and then just sort of start prying on it, working it back and forth, and it will come out just like that. And so here's a new camber bolt. It's going to give us 2.5 degrees of negative camber for all them camber boys, camber gang. This would be negative, this would be positive. Because we're adding length to the suspension, it's going to add a lot of positive camber. And so hopefully this is going to get us back remotely in range, but we'll see. So we went ahead and put the shock in. The trick to getting any of these shocks in on the driver's side of your E350 is to come in through here, through this little access hole below the brake pedal here, and then you can access it. It's a beautiful Pacific Northwest day. Rainy. Forecast called for sunshine. Washington sunny. Torque them down tight, buddy. Don't want those wheels coming off.
I already had to have it to move once. Alright, so here's our lift block. We're gonna take this, we got some PV setting in here so that we can be easier to break the bolts loose, and we gotta take this, we gotta put it up underneath the leaf springs right down in here, and that's gonna give us about a good
2.5 inches.
2.5 inches, that's what she said.
Okay, so we've got our old U-joints off, and we've just with a jack we've lowered the axle. We left the other side attached, minus the shocks. We've taken the shocks off, so the other leaf spring can flex and let the axle come down. It's important that you place this with the short side, because it's a wedge. So you place the short side towards the front, and that's to sort of compensate for that angle with the axle. And so we've got our new block in place. We're gonna get our new U-joints. And these are, for this is the single rear wheel E350, so it uses a 3.5 inch diameter axle. And so these are about 3.5 inches wide. And these may be too long, but we'll cut off any excess so it doesn't ride on the frame or anything. So. Alright, so the new U-bolts are in. They're obviously too long. They don't make a lift kit for this truck, I've already said that, so I kind of had to piece it together. These U-bolts are quite a bit longer, and so we're just using a thin metal kerf, just lop them off. Let's get cutting. Alright, tighten these down, go to the other side. Chelsea has an important job.
Critical.
Keeping a growing boy fed. Gail, tighten up the wheel.